And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And my microphone fell off. Uh-oh, here we go. So, how's everybody doing? Hi. Do you have your Christmas list ready? No? Well, I was talking to Santa and I wanted to make sure I was on the nice list, not the naughty. And there's a couple things I'm working on, so I'll be talking to my practitioner this weekend. So, I just want to make sure that we're all in perfect alignment for this holiday season. And so, you know, as we move through all these beautiful songs, and I'm up on the front row dancing, and I remind myself that these lights that we weave, that we may meet here every year, but through every day we weave new stories, and we add new lights, and some of the lights that we know who are here then go off elsewhere, and our prayer always becomes that we want them to come home. We just want them to come home. It's that time of the year that sometimes we get the Christmas blues and we start hearing these songs about the reindeers and these tunes, and it's really just that call to our soul that we just want to come home. And so what I know is that, you know, Santa, even though it's not cold in Texas, that what I know that when I put my word into the law, he will actually demonstrate that white Christmas. So we better get ready. And we better be on that right track. What I know that is this Santa Claus is coming tonight. But did you know how that song, Baby It's Cold Outside, came to be? Yeah, Santa was picking up on Mrs. Claus, and he said, take her ho, ho, ho over there. So, you know, so it's the season to be, and the season to know, and it's a season to sing, and it's a season to grow. And what I do find very fascinating here is that we've got this beautiful Jewish girl who is New Thought singing Christmas carols. And so I always wondered how this wandering Jew made it through the door to sing this song that's about Christmas for me and you. So it's just amazing to know that there's Christmas in Dallas and Christmas in the world, and there's Christmas even in the ashrams that we're going to hear later on from Tom Prasada Rao. So there's a light to be lit and a song to be sung, and each one of us has this truth that is ours, just allowed just to move through the world. So it's just kind of like Rudolph. When the reindeers were picking on him, and I really wish I was there to teach them about Season for Peace and Nonviolence. And then they went to the land of the misfits. I'm like, oh, I found home, I'm at the center. That we have this beautiful community, that we can come together to embrace these stories, to weave new songs, to make new friends, to create memories that will string along, that will be added to next year's evergreens. Because without one another, there'd just be one light. And without one another, we wouldn't have tonight. And without that beautiful soul who came 2,000 years ago, that Emmanuel we call Jesus, and some people just call love. Without that, we wouldn't gather in the darkness and remember that it just takes one tiny ounce of light to remind me that we are eternal. So I just invite you to double check on www.santaclausiswatching.com if you've been naughty or nice. And I invite you during this season to call someone you might not have talked to in quite some time. And I invite you to open your hearts wider than the Milky Way and just allow that space, that we can come together to pray and to play. It's the season that reminds us that every day God is present. And it's a season that reminds us that every day love is present. But there's something magical about this time of the year, that we can weave all these stories like the Christmas lights outside, here and there. So I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful you had good snacks, and I'm grateful for those who had some wine. And I'm grateful for all the joy and the laughter. So I just invite you to kick back, get your dancing shoes on, and just know that there's more songs coming along just for your heart.